Okay, the campaign you were most proud of.
Easy. It was the first Super Bowl campaign I ever did. It was a McDonald's campaign. It was called Around the World. And basically, we took a director, and this is before Instagram existed. Facebook existed, but not very little social media and no crew. It was him and a cameraman, and all he was allowed to say to, I think, 11 different countries he went to. We bought him an around the world ticket, and all he was allowed to say was the word McDonald's to see what happened.
Even
And
even going through customs?
no, 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 but when we were
Okay,
filming, when he was looking for directions and lost, and,
gotcha.
it was this idea that on a
Oh, I'm
global
getting it
level,
now, yeah.
McDonald's is kind of one of those things that you can always find, and, it brings us all together, and it was a experiment. Talk about a risk for a CMO at the time. So we don't have a script, and we're gonna send a director out to talk to real people. This is before man on the street stuff was happening. And it worked really well, and it was beautiful. And I think, at the time, one of the best performing brand spots that the brand had done. And it was neat. It had never been done before. It was very cool. It was a very cool experience.
Your favorite movie?
The original Star Wars trilogy. I'm not choosing
Is
one. All
you're
three.
not okay, not choosing one. Usually people
All three.
default to The Empire Strikes Back, so
Sure, but can you get there without the other two?
well put. If Hollywood were to make a movie based on your life story, who would you want to play you?
I'm gonna say Sigourney Weaver, specifically in her Alien era. I get told that a lot, so I'm gonna go with it.
My follow-up, if Hollywood were to make that movie based on your life story, what would you call it?
I think I would just go with Caitlin.
Your favorite book?
Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. I think the world would misses him too much.
Your favorite song?
Oh, it depends on the day, the decade, the year. That's such a hard question. I'm gonna go with a happy tune by a Canadian band, Leather Jacket by the Arkells. It's happy, it's light, it's a love song. I wish it for everybody.
The best advice you have ever received?
Two things I would say. One from my mom, anytime, regardless in my life, university, when I moved to Toronto, hard moments since I've been here, where I have called her and said, I can't do it. She always said, yes, you can. And that was it. That was the end of the advice. She would just always say, yes, you can. And I always felt like I could afterwards. It was strict and loving all at the same time. And it made me feel like I could do anything. And then the second was a boss that I had when I was at Cassette. And, I think I was in my, whiny account person, young person era, and I was complaining about, wanting to be invited to a meeting or something like that, and she said to me, "You are never gonna be invited into any room for the rest of your career unless you provide value. So, you
Mm.
have to have value, or else why would anyone put you in the room?" And it was very matter of fact, but it's accurate. Whether it's getting coffee, taking notes, holding the door open for, it doesn't always have to be asking the question that's going to set off the room and change everything. Value is not a measure of, worth at every level, but it's just, I think I had forgotten that a little bit, that, you have to make a difference in people's lives if people are going to want you around.
If you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would you say?
Don't be so scared. It's going to work out okay.
And my signature closing question, if you weren't in advertising, what would you be doing and why?
I don't know, but I think I would still be an entrepreneur. I think I would have dreamt up some wild idea and done it. I don't know what it would have been because I didn't go through it, but I think I probably still would own my own business.